It's time for On Point, where we speak to experts to delve deeper into some of the key issues in the spotlight right now. Last week was a big week for the South Korean Netflix series Squid Game. On top of winning 2 additional Emmy Awards for Best Acting and Directing, the City of L.A. celebrated its first official Squid Game Day. So now, let's dig deeper into the show's success by connecting with Professor Jae Soh of the Seoul Institute of Arts. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, first, how are Emmy Award winners picked each year so we get the context of what this means?
The official title is the Primetime Emmys that we just watched, and it's basically an award ceremony hosted by the Television Academy of Arts and Sciences. And basically, the way it works is you have television series or works shown on television between June 1st of the previous year to May 31st of the current year. And basically, it's television programming that has been aired in American markets for over 50% of the time. So in that sense, that you are eligible for that. And basically, all the shows are now, in contention for that. And there's a voting between about 25,000 members of the Television Academy that decide on all the categories. There's a lot of them at the Emmys. And basically, each of the categories has 8 nominations. And for that reason, Squid Game, I think the big reason is because it was on Netflix. And of course, in America, a lot of people got to see that. So that's why it was nominated.
Right, and you yourself are a film director as well. But director Hwang was the first non-English speaking director to win in the Best Director category. Was this an expected win considering the popularity of Squid Game team?
Well, I think Squid Game was definitely something in contention because it was such a popular show. But at the same time, as you know, this is the first time a non-English speaking television series or series on Netflix was nominated for the Emmy and then won, which is historic. So Squid Game got nominated for 16 Emmys, which is a huge deal. And I believe it won 6 categories, including Best Director for Hwang Dong-hyuk, and also Best Actor for Jung-jae, and a couple other, of note, I would say would be special effects, art direction, production design, and also stunts. So this was quite a phenomenon for that. But I think it's historic because just like the Oscar with Parasite, I think the Emmys is one of the big 4, which is basically Grammy, Oscar, Tony, and the Emmys. And so it's a huge, prestigious award. And it's really amazing that a Korean show got to win it this year.
Right, and you've also mentioned this, but Lee Jung-jae was the winner for Best Acting. Now, as a director, you know how important it is, the relationship between the director and actor, and you kind of have to make the actor kind of stand out and make sure the role is acted in a way that director really wants. But what about Lee Jung-jae's acting really stood out during the show that helped him win the award?
Well, I mean, to me, it wasn't surprising that he won because as a Korean, audience member myself and a fan of his works, that, we've been watching Lee Jung-jae since, The Sand Hour, which is called 모래시계, way back in the day when he came out in an early movie. And also, he's both a television star and a huge movie star. So movies like New World. So he would play these kind of like edgy characters that are really known for being sort of either bad guys. Like, for example, I'm a big fan of his acting in a movie called The Housemaid, the remake of that. And he comes out as a kind of a sociopathic chaebol type of person. And he plays it really well. And at the same time, he can be an action hero and things like that. But I think for this role, what I found really surprising was he plays kind of a loser. I don't know if you've seen the series, but his main character comes out as somebody that's in the first scene is trying to steal money from his mother. And then later, he really turns his character goes through a coming of age situation where, basically I don't want to give spoilers, but he becomes like better off than he did before, but he has to go through a ordeal. But I'm not really surprised he won. He's already been nominated for many other awards. I think not just Lee Jung-jae, but many cast members like Chung Ho-yeon or there's a lot of big actors in this film, even Lee Byung-hun that nobody talks about. But I think, Lee Jung-jae stands out because now it's a chance for him to become world famous instead of just being famous in Korea.
Right, Professor, and of course I've watched the series, and So this show has, apart from the awards, has been really popular among regular fans. And LA, as mentioned, has a dedicated Squid Game day. What is it about the show that helps it connect with the fans? And how much are fans already looking forward to the second season?
Yeah, I think it's incredible that LA has a Squid Game day. You know, that's how popular it is. And basically, I think one of the reasons why it's popular, it's a pretty easy plot to follow. It's a survival game in the sort of like Hunger Games. So you know it's based on kind of a reality show, which is fictionalized. And what's interesting is that director Hwang Dong-hyuk is actually a film director. This is his first television series that he directed, but he wrote this originally as a standalone film. And then he couldn't get funding because it was a little bit violent. And also at the time, you know, the scale of it was a little bit high budgeted. But in came Netflix and he got to make it, you know, in a multi-episode format. And I think he really succeeded in that way. But I think a lot of people, I think it was something like 94, it was like a hit in 94 countries. It's Netflix's biggest series. And it's a really low budget considering, you know, the other ones like Bridgerton. I think the single episode of Bridgerton is the budget of, you know, Squid Game, the entire Squid Game series. But I think many people liked it because the themes in Squid Game is also amazing. It's about, you know, people that have and have not, and it's very much a allegory of how the economic situation, especially with COVID that hit, where people now are, you know, in a worse, you know, financially off than before. So this story was very universal to a lot of people, and I think being on Netflix on a platform that's all over the world, I think really helped it. And then, as I mentioned, COVID, everybody was home watching Netflix.
Right, and it's amazing how a story of a loser, like you said, kind of reflects the rest of the world. And it's hopefully the second season will definitely be up to its standards. So thank you for being
everybody's looking forward to the second season, including me. Yeah.
Right, and we have some time, but you know. Well, thank you for being with us today, and I hope to speak to you again soon.
Okay, bye-bye.